pictograms surrounding the mural speak of the great story and the first shaman. He was instructed by the spirits of time and space to hide one of the three totems of tremendous power from the fury of their powerful children, two winged brothers. To aid him with this task, he called upon the power of the element spirits. They showed him a secret place for the totem. Once the totem was hidden, the shaman bade the spirits to guard it, and they have ever since. After roughly translating the inscriptions, I believe that this mural is somehow depicting the path the first shaman took to hide the totem. I have a sneaking suspicion that the totem is the artifact that we're looking for, so we might want to learn all we can about this great story. In the center of the mural, the shaman boards a balloon and flies over the totem's resting place. In the next section, he hides the totem in the mouth of a coatl serpent surrounded by the elements. Sounds like we need to retrace the first shaman's path to find the totem's location. I would say the first step would be to hitch a ride on one of those high-flying balloons. That yellow sheet is gold leaf. Many ancient cultures discovered that gold was a very malleable metal. It could be pounded into very fine sheets that could be quickly and easily applied to almost anything to make it look golden. The pictograms on this mural speak of the conclusion of the great story. Many generations after the first shaman secured the totem in a secret place, the spirits of time and space would beseech a young warrior to save the totem from the brothers, return to claim the totem. However, the warrior would have to overcome the element guardians protecting the totem. The rest of the mural is unfinished, Gage. I assume that's what the scribe is working on now. It appears that the young warrior followed the first shaman's trail to find the totem. Like the shaman, the young warrior flew into the air with a balloon. There's something else I just noticed. The hiding place of the totem is submerged in water, whereas in the other mural, the hiding place is surrounded by fire.
Who's there? Ah, Acheo. Well, I suppose I can take a few minutes of rest. What can I do for you, boy?
What are you working on?
Normally, I would be working on my pampas on a beautiful day like this. But today, I have the honor of finishing a story that has not had an ending for many generations.
Tell me the story.
It is the oldest story known to us. It is a long tale, Acheo, and unfortunately, I do not have long to tell it. You see the shaman often. Ask him about the great story when you see him next.
Why has the story never been finished?
All of the past shamans of our people have seen visions of the story, but the spirits have never revealed the ending. It has been unfinished for generations. But soon, we will know.
Pompous? What do you mean? I think you're quite modest.
No. The pampas. The vast plains far below the plateaus of our city. All the stories told to me are recorded onto the pampas. Imagine the sprawling flatlands below us as a great canvas where I draw the histories of the world.
How do you draw the histories?
With the help of the aviators and their balloons, I trace symbols and shapes across the face of Tolhopa, the earth. Each form and pattern, every line, all have meaning, revealing the secrets of history for those that stop to listen.
Who tells you the stories?
The shaman. He dreams his visions in the ritual of seeing, and then he confides to me what he has seen, so it can be chronicled for all of our people. You know Ualqua, our shaman. Ask him about such things when you see him again.
Goodbye.
Thank you for the visit, Acheo. I am sorry, Hakul, but I have much work to do. Please find me tomorrow and we can talk then.
The face on the pedestal with the toothy grin is a coatl. In mythology, it's a feathered serpent, similar to a dragon. See the cavity in its mouth? Coatl is a South American word for gingivitis. That indentation has some significance, but I don't think it means they're out of soap. This pedestal is arrow-shaped. It seems to be pointing to that pool just ahead. Apparently that section of town isn't allowing visitors. It looks like there once was a balloon ferry system like the one at the other landing, but it seems to be recently removed. I don't think we'll be going over there.
Stop where you are!
Sorry, Cheo. You cannot visit the shaman today. You should return to your farm. Soon it will be dangerous for you to be here on the Central Mesa.
But sir, why can't I see the shaman?
The shaman is inside the aviary, completing long rituals. He is not to be disturbed.
Dangerous? How come?
There is nothing to worry about, Acheo. As long as you go back home, you will be safe. Enemies are approaching that mean to hurt our people. But the warriors of the wind and flame are ready and will defend our city bravely.
What is a warrior of wind and flame?
A cloud walker, an aviator. Only the strongest of our people can join the warriors of the wind and flame. We call upon the fear of Kulakwa, the fire spirit, and the breath of the air spirit, Kohabota, for the burning air that lifts our balloons into the sky.
Is that your balloon floating at the edge of the cliff?
Yes, it is a cloud piercer. My war balloon. When the time comes, I will use it to join my brothers in the air and fight for our city.
Cloud piercer? The name sounds ominous, but I have my own cloud piercer. It's called a smile. First the clouds are getting pierced, then tattooed, then joining grunge bands, and in the end it all leads to smoking. All this guard cares about is his duty and his balloon. A cloud piercer,
Why, the very name suggests a dastardly possibility.
Maybe we can put the guard to sleep. Gage, go talk to him about your love life. Well, goodbye, sir.
Farewell, Acheo. Remember what I told you.
Let's cut the balloon's mooring rope. That should divert his attention. From behind the bush, he won't hear us giggling. To cut something, ordinarily you need a keen object. I don't think your sharp tongue and my razor wit are going to cut it. We need to find a blade. We have our materials, but we need to melt the gold leaf to really make our medallion look authentic. Where could we find an oven at this hour? Wait a minute. The potter has a kiln. Or is it a kilt? Could it be possible to harden pottery under a man's skirt? We can use the potter's kiln to fire our medallion and melt the gold leaf over it. And maybe make a nice souvenir for your mom. Great work, Gage. It came out nicely. This should get us by the guard. You know, I bet we could make a fortune selling these to Atlantean college kids.
Ah, back again, I see. Where to this time?
The temple.
I can take you there for 10 drachmae. Here it is. Oh, hey. Take care now.
Your medallion, citizen? Thank you. Return to your ferry, I will let you through.
Okay, the lock is draining. Let's go now.
Atlantis has been history's greatest mystery. There have been hundreds of theories throughout time, placing the resting place of the lost continent at the Mediterranean, the Arctic, Central Asia, South America, San Leandro, Winnemucca, north of the Pecos, Lake Titicaca, South Lanya. Remember, we were told that this temple was supposed to have healing water somewhere. Keep looking. With all that sacred bowl imagery around the temple area, I would imagine that they store the water close by. Gage, I bet that the healing water is kept above in that copper receptacle and that it pours into the bowl below it. Pulling that cord on the chicken head probably allows the bowl to fill. Because the bowl symbol holds a special religious significance, I would say that the people within this temple regard that donut-shaped copper receptacle with some reverence. It may be meant to contain something sacred.
And yea, when the acolyte looked up in awe, he saw the great cows of legend looking back at him approvingly, as if they were saying, "Moo."
2 words, Gage. Spongiform and cephalitis. I believe the artisans of this temple fell prey to mad cow disease. Think they have dollar slot machines here? Remember what the windmill keeper told us? He said that seawater always pours down into the temple and that the water powers some clockwork device. This must be that flow of water. We haven't found the windmill keeper's secret passage, but he did tell us that the water drains from this temple and floods under his windmill. So this must be the source. With this amount of water draining, we probably won't be able to travel in the secret passage. We'll have to shut off the water first. I can see a shutter gate over that water outlet. When closed, it must block the draining water. But it's too far away to reach. I could be reaching here, but maybe you need to stretch out further to close that gate? Try extending your reach with a long object in your inventory. How about the gap? No, not giraffe. Gap.
Where can I take you now?
The windmill.
That'll be 10 dromoni.
Okay, then. Be careful getting out of the boat.
This windmill is controlled by a clutch and brake system. If we disengage the brake, the windmill will turn and the power of the wind should lift that stone. I bet that's how a moon accesses the tunnel. Turn that wheel device and the windmill should start up. Nice work, Gage. Now that we've dammed that river, we can get into the secret passage. After you. Gage, any second they're gonna turn that water back on and, well, to cut to the chase, this suit can only be dry cleaned. That dais structure in the room's center shows some stunning craftsmanship. This chamber must be sacred since the dais is covered with ornamental bullheads. If you ask me, and I suppose you just did, the mural is depicting the ceremony that the olive oil woman spoke of. She told us that the Galith floats up on a column of water and imbues the water with healing properties during the initiation rite for the Templars. The pyramid object in the mural might be the Galith. Gage, The writing on this mural is a variant of Linear A, one of the oldest known ancient Earth languages. I'll try to translate as literally as I can. We are the children of the Earth Mother. Long ago, she lived among us, protecting and teaching our people. Her power and knowledge were beyond measure. Before she left us, she entrusted our priests with the power of life, the power to heal and renew, the gift of immortality. We must honor her memory by always guarding the Earth Mother's blessing. I assume the pyramid shapes in the mural show the 3 Sosequi artifacts, and that the top pyramid with the Atlantean bull symbol represents the power of life. The inscriptions make no mention of the other 2 symbols. We are the second children of the Earth Mother, doomed to be consumed by her first children, the sun and the moon. As the 2 enemies move through the heavens, both fighting each other for the Mother's power, the world beneath trembles from their terrible might. We know that one day they will come together and cause the dark day that will destroy our city, the Kalos Kalire. They seem to have incorporated the sun and the moon into their religion mythology. The eclipse of the sun and moon represent the day that the Sarolans and the Quo Thalas battle over Atlantis and destroy the city. Following the assumption that the Atlanteans believed the aliens were gods, the Earth Mother that appeared before the Templars and gave them immortality must have been the Sosequi, posing as their Earth deity. The symbol in the middle of the mural must represent the artifact of life that the Sosequi aliens entrusted with the Templars.
Padros, I'm glad to see they agreed to send you. You know, seeing you again brings back the good times we had during initiate training. That is until... Well, I wish I'd had the courage back then to stand with you, instead of biting my tongue and grudgingly accepting the Templars' insular views. I was a coward.
Either he's one of those trendy young Elliot Sinclair impersonators, or Saros is Elliot Sinclair. Now, from the looks of his outfit, I'd say he's an important guy around here. Something about being a Templar allowed him to live until your time. Thousands of years later. Think it's something in the tap water? Yes, their views were very, insular.
Yes. And you were absolutely right. The Gaelith does not belong to the Templars. It was meant for everyone. What right do they have to determine who should or shouldn't receive its healing grace? And despite great risk to yourself, you stood by your beliefs, even though it would mean at the very least giving up an opportunity you had waited your entire lifetime for.
Opportunity?
The opportunity to commune with the Gaelith, to find out if you were worthy of its most precious gift, eternal life. But now you shall have your chance. I will not stand in your way. I hereby renounce my title of Guardian Templar. I haven't the stomach for it. But before I go, you will need this. It will no longer serve me.
What will you do now?
When I became a Templar initiate, I truly believed the Order was my life's calling. But I now realize that I cannot do the world a service by sequestering the Gaelith from those in need. I have been given a gift, and it's time I use it. I can help others, share with them the teachings of the Earth Mother. Her blessings were meant for all. Your courage has helped me to see this. And now I must call upon my own to find my way. Good luck, my friend.
That's not exactly a Casio, but it looks like some form of mechanism that tracks the passage of time. That must be what a moon meant by a clockwork device. See those prominent representations of the sun and moon? This device is measuring the movements of the sun and the moon through the sky. Call me crazy, but clearly this contraption could count like a clock to constitute a clever cosmic calendar. Capiche? That small wheel with the handle on the right looks like it adjusts the clock. It looks like there's a gear missing between that crank and the big calendar wheel. Maybe that's so the kids don't advance it to their birthday. I bet that sun symbol on the medallion means it's important to this clock mechanism. It looks like it could even act as a gear. See if the sun disk Saros gave you fits. Insert the medallion in the gap to the right so it connects the crank to the calendar. So, what could this calendar be for? Maybe the calendar is tracking a particular day. If you look on the clock, there's a sun symbol there as well, seemingly chasing a moon symbol. I was hoping to have this conversation with you later, Gage, but sometimes Daddy Sun and Mommy Moon have those urges from time to time. Anyway, this calendar must be following the movements of the sun and the moon for a specific purpose. We know this city will be destroyed during an eclipse over the island. Gage! That's it! The moon eclipses the sun tomorrow! That's what this calendar clock is ticking down to. We know the Kalos Kalir is tomorrow, right? The day the sun and the moon, aka our pals the Sarolans and the Quothalis, battle. So let's set the clock forward to make it think that today is tomorrow. In other words, turn the wheel of this device until the moon covers the sun. Every clock needs some sort of stored energy to keep accurate time. I don't see a giant rodent treadmill, so I'd say this calendar clock is powered by measured volumes of water. We're missing something. To put it metaphorically, we've set the alarm clock to the right time, but the alarm clock isn't going on. What did we forget? Did you wind the clock? I'm speaking metaphorically again. Gage, this is a special calendar clock, a water clock driven by the water from the upper temple reservoir, which is pumped from the canals by the windmill. If you recall, you closed the floodgates at the upper temple in order to stop the flow of water underneath the windmill. That water must have powered the clock. If you open the gate again, the flooding water will probably restart the clock. Brilliant work! Looks like your water clock repair correspondence class has finally paid off. Let's grab that rock and get out of here.